black man.
It seems like we're blending between
No, you're a racist prick. Here's
I love it. I love this guy's like trying to like pull it back. Like, hey, we're kind of generalizing. He's got like the long hair. It's not a turtleneck, but almost looks like one. He's like, he's so chill with the, look, we got to bring it back down. Then Tim Pool, you're a racist man, just right back up, escalating once more. So Tim Pool, I don't know what this is. That's not, that's a pretty scuffed Tim Pool. Tim Pool had an interview with a rapper, Raw the Rugged Man, who's a rapper of sorts, who disagreed with Tim Pool on like issues like BLM. He's like, Tim Pool, I don't think you're actually like in favor of like BLM or any of the like causes of justice for black people. I'm gonna point to how you covered the Ahmaud Arbery case. I'm gonna point to how you covered the George Floyd case when it comes to Derek Chauvin. And they were having a back and forth, right? Now, Tim Pool actually deleted the YouTube live stream where this happened. He deleted it. It's gone. So we can't actually go and watch the original YouTube clips. And that's why actually a lot of people are having trouble finding this. Now, thankfully, since Tim Pool is like a gigantic like influencer online, right? Other people were recording it. And so I was able to find one of the many links that has been put out there that actually shows the full interview. Many of you might have seen the clip on Twitter, but they don't fight here, right? I want, when I say this, that this interview gets violent, I mean that the individual here gets very upset because Tim Pool's class divide kind of comes into it. And what I mean by that is Raw the Rugged Man says something along the lines of like, I'm not that guy, and Tim Pool doesn't understand what I'm not that guy means. For whatever reason, I think it's just class divide. And there's a mistranslation, and it causes some tension to say the least. So we're gonna watch this because this was fascinating to see on Twitter. Okay, absolutely fascinating.
America, that's a fact.
So let me. I want to explain something.
That's a fact. The
black
community has way more struggles, way more problems in the community due to systemic racism, which is real. And the military, the penitentiary system, and the militarized police, and all of that. It's a different.
I want to explain something in a little more detail that we were talking about in the show that I think didn't get fleshed out enough. So, and I'll preface it by saying I do not believe I face more discrimination than black people in this country.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is one of the difficulties in my life is people who grow up in a white suburb. Everybody's white. I go there, I'm not white.
I don't believe that.
Well, so you're wrong, but let me explain.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either. Okay, I'm not gonna be the one to tell somebody their personal experience. Okay, maybe I've never seen Tim Pool in person. Maybe he looks different in person, right? Maybe I could go ask Vosh. I know Vosh has seen Tim in person, right? In fact, I will ask Vosh in DMs after this, and I'll have the response edited in right here on the YouTube video. Okay? In fact, I'll go ask him right now. So maybe he looks different in person. Does Tim Pool look non-white in person? But if the answer to that is no, I could also say here he just looks tremendously white. He looks as white as me. I'm German and Irish. He looks white.
I think somebody might. You just said on the last show that like some people mistaked you for Mexican. That was your biggest.
I'm not
thing.
One of them, dude. Like this is the life I've lived.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm not saying that I've got a boot on my neck.
You're fine.
I'm saying you need to understand
we're in a redneck,
that there are people who have
redneck area. If we go up to the truck stop up the block, nobody's looking at you like, get that guy. You know.
I didn't say they were.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you put somebody else in there, they're looking at you funny. You're good. You're good. You go to the airport, they're not pulling you over because they
no. That's bullshit.
They pull you over.
Yes.
Because you look like what? Because you
yes,
look like
motherfucker.
What do you look like?
Whoa. That is the maddest I've ever seen Tim Pool get. You want to know what? I believe that Tim Pool was pulled over at the airport. I believe that he said Merry Christmas to one of the many workers at the airport, and they had to put him on the terror watch list because this is Biden's America. But outside of those circumstances, I mean, yeah, I mean, these are things that are non-falsifiable. We have no clue. It's all personal anecdotes, right? Like, whether or not these are true, we have no way to find out. I can say, like, he looks white as hell to me, right? Maybe he doesn't look non-white maybe he looks non-white in person. I don't know. But to me, he looks super white. And I grew up as, like, the only white kid in my class, really, right? I was surrounded by people who were not white. If he walked in the class, I would have thought, hey, another white kid. Huh, haven't seen those in a while. That's what I would have thought. I mean, I'm just being honest.
I get randomly flagged every fucking time I go to the airport. See,
because what reason?
The fuck if I know?
Because you look like what?
Fuck if I know, dude.
You really heard.
Yeah, because I get it fucking every single time I go, and you are a racist dude who says I couldn't possibly understand every fucking time I go to the airport. I'm randomly screened.
Well, he got really angry. I mean, if it is like true that he gets randomly screened every single time and they're being racist towards Tim Pool, then I mean, like, I understand why he's getting angry. It's just like, it's non-falsifiable. We have no clue if he's being honest, and I just find it hard to believe that that's happening. I mean, if he can provide evidence, then boom, okay, you've disproved me. You've disproved me. He looks white.
I think it's the
every
beanie.
time.
Oh.
I go to the UK, they put 4 S's.
What are you screaming for?
I'm screaming because
what?
When
you're hurt that you're a white boy?
I'm hurt because you're a racist,
Yeah, there you go.
and you have this arrogance and elitism that you know better than everybody, that you're the white savior, that you got to be in the struggle for the poor brown people.
No,
and
I
then
didn't say
every
that. I didn't say
fucking
that.
time.
When
No,
I
bro,
watch your
no,
show-
listen to what I have to
I'm
say.
not gonna listen
When
to
I
nothing.
say
Nah,
something
nah,
like,
lower your
when I'm
voice
being
first,
polite,
bitch.
when I'm
Lower
being
your voice-
polite to you,
lower your voice first.
when I'm being
and talk
polite
like
to
a
you,
motherfucking human.
when I'm being polite to you, and then I say I deal with this problem, and then you
Okay, they're bringing it down. They're bringing it down. That's good. Okay. Good. Man, to get Tim Pool and Hippy Dippy. Jesus Christ. I've never seen him this mad before.
laugh at me, dude.
Yeah, I laugh sometimes.
You're a racist.
Yep. No, it's not racist.
Yes, it is.
He's racist? Wait, how is he racist? Because he's like, I don't believe you got pulled over at the airport. Look, I find it a little hard to believe that Tim Pool isn't calling Donald Trump racist when he said, I am calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. Okay? Or at least, at the very least, bigoted, right? Or when he's like saying that Ilhan Omar abandoned her country at the age of 14 as a refugee, Jihad Squad comments, or the shithole country, any number of things he said, right? Or he could talk about the Central Park 5. You won't call him racist, but he's like, nah, I don't think you get pulled over at the airport, Tim. Nah, I think you look pretty white, Tim. I just don't believe you. Racism. Maybe there's something that happened before that. I mean, the original thing's gone, right? Maybe there's something that happened before his. Maybe this guy was like, I hate you, Tim. I think you're evil because you're white, or something happened there. But, like, who knows, man? Who knows? What's this? Wait, is this the meme I think it is? I've seen this meme. Can I show this on stream? Because I'm pretty sure it shows the word, right? I don't think I can show this on stream. Man, what a wild world we live in.
Racism in America. And then you go, my struggle is this, to discredit the struggle of the black man and the black woman.
I literally just said they have it worse than I do. I literally just said they have it worse than I do.
That was the facade. That was the facade to not take away
facade?
From the yes, it was like, yeah.
Admitting outright, saying straight up, bro.
And
there's more than this. Vosh made a video about it. There's really not much more to this that leads to this escalation. There really isn't. Okay, well, hey, leave it. Look, if there's anyone I can't doubt, it is a random person with a username in my Twitch chat.
Jesse Smollett hoax. You made up this whole story about white supremacists coming to your house and saying, "Oh, the mixed couple," and throwing racist pamphlets at you, and you made up a whole Jesse Smollett thing. You know,
I've been
and
noticing
that's the takeaway from the struggle of the black
dude. I gotta be honest. I can't think of something that probably hits harder to Tim Pool than calling him a Jesse Smollett character. Because they're like, Jesse Smollett is somebody who, while of course what Jesse Smollett did is disgusting, the amount of rage that he gets in comparison to like what he did, I think is like astronomical. And so, I mean, that's one way to push a button. I can say that.
black man.
it seems like we're blending between
No, you're a racist prick. Here's
I love it. I love this guy's like trying to like pull it back, like, hey, we're kind of generalizing. He's got like the long hair, it's not a turtleneck, but almost looks like one. He's like, he's so chill with the, look, we gotta bring it back down. Then Tim Pool, you're a racist, man, just right back up, escalating once more.
Struggle of the black man.
It seems like we're blending between
No, you're a
generalizations.
racist prick. Here's my hour-long documentary about the black struggle in Ferguson.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. $100,000 budget. James Baldwin interviews with people on the ground to talk about what they've been through, and you have the nerve to come up to me and tell me my experiences don't matter when
here's
I'm
the thing.
fighting
Stop
the fight.
screaming, bitch. Stop screaming. First of all, talk to me like I'm because I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
Talk
you are.
normal.
You
I'm not
are.
that
You
guy.
actually are, dude. You are that
No,
guy.
I'm talking about. I'm not that guy to fucking scream at, bitch. You want to get fucked up? Huh?
All right.
What the fuck you screaming at, bitch?
Let's calm down.
Okay, so I posted on Twitter about this moment right here, where this is what happened here. So a lot of people, I don't know, maybe this is lost in translation. How many, put one in chat if you guys know what I'm not that guy means, okay? Post one in chat, right? Okay, I just want to see how many of you know what that means. Okay, so it seems like the most of you have an idea, but I know a lot of my non-American viewers don't know what this means, and a lot of people that I've met, like from like the burbs, I guess, I don't know, don't know what it means. I'm not that guy means I'm not like a guy you can fuck with. You can't fuck with me. I'm not that guy. Or if you're saying that about somebody else, like you're not that guy, pal, or something like that, you're saying you're not the guy to do this to me, right? You're not gonna fuck. That's the general interpretation, right? So it's like you picked the wrong one. Exactly. Bingo. And so when he said, I'm not that guy, he's saying, I'm not the guy where you can just screw with me and fuck with me, right? And Tim Pool says, yes, you are that guy. So basically, to Tim Pool, he probably has no clue what this interaction like means, right? I think it's just a class divide thing, right? Where this guy just heard from Tim Pool, I can fuck with you and you won't do shit. That's what this guy just heard from Tim Pool. And so obviously, like, you shouldn't be like screwing with their mics and throwing that and getting up and getting all like huffy and stuff. But you got to understand the mistranslation that happened here that made this moment. He was saying, but he basically thought that Tim Pool said to him, I can do whatever I want to you because you're nothing. You ain't gonna do shit. That's what Tim Pool was saying in this guy's mind, or to anybody who knows what I'm not that guy means, right? Oof. My God. Yeah, so just to like clear up the translation for anybody who didn't know what that meant. Tim just said I could kick your ass. Yeah, that's another way it could be interpreted, basically. Like, yeah, I could kick your ass. So that's the thing, man. I think Tim just didn't know what he was walking into with that landmine right there.
Screaming. First of all, talk to me like I'm because I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
Talk
you are.
normal.
You
I'm not
are.
that
You
guy.
actually are, dude. You are that
No,
guy.
I'm talking about. I'm not that guy to fucking scream at, bitch. You want to get fucked up? Huh?
All right.
What the fuck you screaming at, bitch?
Let's calm down.
You gotta cut it, man.
You think you
I'm
can?
talking. I'm not that guy. You don't disrespect me, bitch.
What did you do to me? Did you disrespect me?
Now you start raising
Did
your
you-
voice to me like I'm some sucker. I'm
Did you
not a
laugh at
sucker,
me?
Bitch. Yeah, laugh.
Did you disrespect me? I was nice to you, bro. I was being nice.
You start raising your voice to me like I'm your son, bitch.
You raised
I'm
your
not
voice
gonna
to
deal
me?
with that.
Bro, I
I
said
didn't raise my voice
I
to
respected
nobody.
you.
You wouldn't shut the
I
fuck up with
appreciated
that
you.
raising your voice shit.
I stopped when you told me to. You said lower your voice, so I lowered my voice. I told you I respected you coming.
This is why Republicans can't win in cities, okay? Dude, because every time, look, I don't live that far from Baltimore, and there's like Republican candidates in Baltimore all the time, and they have like 5 to 10 of these moments every time. 5 to 10 of these moments where they're talking to voters and a voter says something and they completely just don't understand what they're saying due to some like local dialect or some like local slang or like just some like thing they just don't understand because they just didn't grow up in the neighborhood, didn't grow up in the area. 5 to 10 times this happened. This is why Republicans can't win for a whole host of other reasons they can't win in cities. But this is also one of the reasons, just that inability to connect.
It was a good show. I said I respected you willing to admit when you got things wrong. Bro, I have put so much of my life into this. Look at this.
I watch your videos.
You
I
see
already
this?
watched your video. No, I see your videos.
You don't. You don't.
No,
You
I
see
see
what-
your
you
video.
see
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
hate.
say,
You
look,
see the hate.
this is the non-racist thing. But
The
meanwhile,
non-racist thing.
you have videos promoting Derek Chauvin and acting like he was in the right. You have videos of that. You have videos
We
of the other
disagree
guy.
on some
you have
things.
videos of the other. You have videos of the other guy.
Two guys.
Armory. And you go,
guys.
oh, but they grabbed the pistol, defending them, killing a black man in the streets, and he ran for them and giving excuses.
Two guys.
You have these videos, so all of this shit doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter,
No, of course not.
A decade of work doesn't matter.
No,
Because
not
two
if
guys.
no, because lives were lost by police, and you were there bootlicking the fucking cops.
I think we should abolish the police.
But you don't. You claim that so you could get away with
Have you
talking
seen my
about.
explosive rant where I was screaming at the camera about how they're going to kick your door and lie to defend the state?
Yeah, but then I see you defending cops.
You're talking about two instances.
Oh, there's more. There's more. I'm sure.
No.
Go to
No. I said
go
when
to-
Kim Potter shot him, I said she deserves prison for it.
Okay, that's good. There you go.
See, you look, bro. You can't look at two.
Bro. Oh my gosh. But there's also like a problem here where you can't divert, like, for example, I have done a lot of like local activism, right? And people can question my ties to like left-wing causes, and they can make arguments to it. And I can like say like, hey, I've done all this work. I think it's a little ridiculous to question that. I could do that, but that's not a defense for if I did something wrong on the internet. If I went online and I said, you know what, Tucker Carlson's actually based in red-pilled guys, I couldn't just say, you know, I did some like election stuff that's like super dope and super cool and super amazing, right? So that's actually perfectly fine for me to say now, you know? It's perfectly fine for me. No, you couldn't do that.
Circumstances.
My mic's not working really good.
It's working, bro.
And we can hear
We
you.
can hear
Oh, you could?
We could hear you. Yeah.
There's
think
two
one.
circumstances,
I wonder why the mic ain't working any good. I wonder why.
high profile ones, where the core of the issue is the facts of the case. It's not a. I don't view the world collectively the way you do, and I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it. I'm saying if I see individual actions, we must protect the innocent if they're the individual if they're innocent. So this means when I put out a documentary about, it's called A Report from Occupied Territory. It talks about how the police, we literally interviewed guys whose brother was murdered by cops and covered up. We talk about how the cops systematically focus on these kids to put them through it's called going on tour. What happens is, because in St. Louis, there's like 99 jurisdictions. If you got a busted taillight, on your way to work, you drive through 5 cities. Each cop will give you a ticket. Then when you get arrested for not being able to pay it, they run you through every city over the course of a month, destroying your life. Yeah. That's what this is about. When we see collective injustice, when I see it, I talk about it. Because there are two circumstances where I said we have questions about the individual's rights or innocence, you can't disregard everything that I've done.
Okay, yeah. So you did a documentary that
More than one.
Okay.
We did several dispatches, which were mini documentaries, about 10 minutes long. We did like
but
6
I
or
watch
7
your
of them.
videos when you do the booga shit.
What booga shit?
Yeah, like the critical race theory videos where you go, oh, you know, the white boys are gonna be so offended and their kids are hurt feelings and all that stuff.
But we don't talk about the white people of it. We had an Asian woman on the show.
Why do you talk about that though? Why are you so obsessed with critical race theory? Why is it so scary to you?
When people are discriminated against on the basis of their race, we say it's wrong.
You know, public school, we got to be choosy about what we teach as a society. So we're kind of deciding how we're going to teach little kids, and
I'm
brainwash
sitting
them.
here trying to get my composure back right now, because dude starts raising his voice, talking crazy to me, you know, screaming to me like I'm his son or something, you know.
Well, how do you think I feel when you laugh at my struggle?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to sympathize with like Tim Pool, because he just had like here a little bit, because like, you know, the dude like screwed with his mic equipment, and the dude was laughing, but like when you call it your struggle, man, your struggle. Look, I believe. Never mind. That's a little too close to the sun. I don't know if I can say that. Okay. Okay, I don't think I can say that. Okay. Look, all I'm gonna say is Tim Pool is probably the second most popular white guy to ever exist in human history, who really wanted to hear people learn about his struggle. Okay. It was a little close to the sun. Let me pull it back. Let me pull it back. It's what struggle, okay? What was the struggles? What struggles did he face? It's hard for me to really look at him and be like, this is the guy who's getting discriminated against because he's viewed as non-white. I mean, is it possible? I mean, I guess maybe in person he looks like less white. But dude, to be clear, like this is Tim Pool. It could be the lighting. It could be. But it's hard for me to imagine somebody looking at him and be like, that dude ain't white. Super hard for me to imagine that. I mean, it's possible. And even if that is the case, what was the struggle that came with that? What was your struggle?
With school, we got to be choosy about what we teach as a society.
Because so far, the only thing I've heard is that he got checked at the airport, which, I mean, like, that's not fun, right? If it happened, that's not cool. But I don't know if I would call it, like, my struggle. It makes it sound like you were in the trenches, man.
So we're kind of deciding how we're going to teach little kids. And
I'm
brainwash
sitting
them.
here trying to get you know, screaming to me like I'm his son or something, you know.
Well, how do you think I feel when you laugh at my struggle?
Yeah, laughing is
This is a very
Listen,
passionate.
listen.
This is a very passionate, heated debate. Let's try to focus on facts.
let me-
here.
No, but
I just wanna-
don't start. Oh, I got stopped at the airport, and then pointing at my.
You
Yeah,
laughed
yeah,
at me.
yeah.
You
Yeah, because
like,
it was funny to me. Yeah.
Exactly.
It is funny to me. Your struggle is funny.
It's
so you
funny
could be mad at me then.
that there's people who are racist towards me. It's
Yeah.
funny that every time
You're
I go to the
not
airport,
though. It's not true. It's like you know, this whole thing where you're trying to be this victim. You created that. You're creating this victimhood, and that's
I don't live in
crazy.
that world.
You do. Go anywhere. You're safe in the fucking world, man.
So
You're creating like I have. My grandparents were Asian.
there's
my
no
mother was that,
arguing
this, that.
with ideological racism.
Yeah, pff,
To me, when you look at critical race theory and the onset of it, you see racial disharmony. Like race relations are pretty bad right now.
I see,
and
racial
there's a
disharmony
correlation
on his show, though.
But
That's the
I would
problem.
I would say race relations overall have been deteriorating ever since the onset of critical race theory, when we're meant to see each other as each.
Dude, if I ever got to talk to Tim Pool, the things I would be most interested in talking to him about would be Seth Rich and Syria. Two things I've heard him say a lot of crazy stuff around. And the Seth Rich stuff he denies. And it's something that even like pushed Destiny on. So that's something I really want to talk to him about. But the odds of me getting on that show are, I guess, pretty low, you know? I think I'd try to be as cordial as possible, you know? Like Vosh, I think, did a really good job. Hey, Rick, thanks so much for the Prime Gaming. Hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you very much, Rick. Thank you for the Prime.
different races rather than
You
the
have to
creed and
look
the
at
character.
racism. You have to look at it, and you have to know it exists.
You won't.
And you have to know it exists, and you
And
have
you
to.
won't.
Oh, stop!
Well, there's like big R
No, I won't.
racism and small R
Do you
racism.
really
I
feel like
beg
a
you, bro.
Do you
I
really
beg
in
you,
life
bro.
feel like some huge victim?
I
Do
beg
really
you
believe
to listen to what I have to
do
say,
you
but
really
you laugh.
believe-
You don't care.
Yeah, because do you really believe you're some
A curd
really
is a curd.
over the top victim of American society, and they look at you like this lesser of a person? You know, do you really believe that? You can't believe that. You can't.
It's hard for me to fight racism when you don't believe it exists.
No, I believe racism exists, but I think
don't.
you try to take away from racism by being the victim yourself.
It's you know what got me really angry is like there's a lot of things I can say like over and over again. I think there's a lot of people in this country have way worse than I do. And every time I bring up something I went through, you just laugh and you laugh.
Don't sell yourself short. I mean, like, I could be on his show. I mean, like, look, I don't know, man. I think of like I'm in Maryland. It wouldn't be that difficult. Maybe it's worth sending an email towards him. Like, hey, I'd be interested in coming on. Who knows? Try to facilitate a debate. I think they'd probably go to a larger platform than mine. There would be basically no benefit of having me host a debate besides, like, I know how to host a debate.
and you laugh. You say it doesn't exist. It's not real. And then the funny thing about the airport is I literally just traveled to Austin and I got randomly screened both there and back. They pulled me out of the line. They tell me I got to go through special screening, and I don't know why. I don't know
It's
why
the
it happens.
beanie, and I'm not joking.
I don't know why it happens. Other people have hats on, bro. It happens every time. I'm not saying it's race related, but it's just like, damn, dude. I experience shit. You laugh at me for. You tell me it's not real.
Getting pulled over at the airport. Somebody
Cops try planting drugs on me.
Somebody mistaking you
Cops
for a
pulling us over at
Mexican.
gunpoint.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I'm from the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, do you think? I don't think you just don't understand, and you don't want to
Yeah,
understand.
I don't believe you're a victim. I don't.
You just don't.
I don't understand that you're a victim. I don't believe it.
What do you think life was like for me on the south side? You think that like the white cops were just like, oh, this kid's cool, he's one of us, or do you think I
he
got
had a lot
charged?
better- I think he got a.
They had in the community. They had a specific Tim Pool water fountain. Only Tim Pool, the 99.9% white man, could use the Tim Pool water fountain. Nah, I have no clue, man. I don't like invalidating people's personal experiences, but there's only so much you can like draw from that, right? Like, and it's hard for me to believe, right? Like, for example, I don't really like in a heated debate to just like bring up like, hey, my mom, you know, she had to use with heroin, da 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 da. If we're getting into like the depths of like a conversation about the history of like my backstory through your backstory, and we're doing that, then that's one thing, right? But if we're having a systematic conversation about systems going on, it's just a little weird to like pull out that card and be like put it forward, you know? Definitely when like it just looks so white. I know it might be the lighting. It honestly could just be the lighting. Who knows?
Had it a lot better than a lot of people.
Probably. I agree with you on that.
You know,
but it's just so hard when I'm like, but you need to understand I
Here's
experienced.
a question. What's Tim Pool's background? Like, I know he was a reporter for Vice, right? Does he come from like a more like lower income neighborhoods, or like where is he from, man? Like when he says he's from the South Side, like South Side of where?
racism in a way you don't, and you just laugh at me for it.
No, what I think the problem is because this always comes up when we're talking about the black struggle, and we're talking about police killing black people.
But
South Side of Chicago? Okay, got you.
then you always bring up.
I started this
Then
conversation.
you always bring up that I'm the Asian guy, so I'm the Asian guy to take away from black folks.
I started this conversation specifically about my experiences, not about the black community.
Yeah, but we were on the topic of the black community and blacks being killed and systemic
No.
racism,
That's
critical
where
race theory.
you brought it.
That's
so
where,
let's put it this way. Like, this is why I said in the beginning, I don't deny. I think black people have it way worse than I ever did or ever will in this country. But I do experience racism. It's a unique form of it.
Can we go back for a second? I want to figure out when he brought this up and how relevant it was. 12:15. I remember. Okay, I remember where we are. Okay, let's hear it. When did he bring it up?
the black community does have a knee on its neck more than the white community in America. That's a fact.
So let me. I want to
That's
explain
not
something.
disparaging. That's a fact. The
wanna-
black community has way more struggles, way more problems in the community.
Okay, so this is a systematic conversation.
Due to systemic racism, which is real, and the military, the penitentiary.
I want to explain something in a little more detail that we were talking about in the show that I think didn't get fleshed out enough. So, and I'll preface it by saying I do not believe I face more discrimination.
Okay, so it pivoted from that to this. Okay, he's trying to reference something earlier, so maybe he's trying to bring his personal experiences back up. But it seems like he was trying to have a systematic conversation. He brought up the personal stuff. Okay, gotcha.
It's a unique form of it. This is intersectionality. That for my family particularly, we have no generational wealth. My grandfather died in poverty, and you know what my grandfather died doing? He was doing underpaid work in the black community for tax services to try and help him. Yeah. He ran a company with my aunt called Ask the Tax, and he told me that this is the place we need to do the work. My grandfather married an Asian woman in the 1930s, I think. They met sometime in
How much Asian are you?
Quarter.
Quarter? You're not even half. Jesus.
Yeah, second generation.
Come on, man.
Yep.
You're quarter Asian, and you know.
So let me ask you something. Like, how do you think it feels for me to see you laughing at me for that?
For what?
For being a quarter Asian?
No, I'm not. No, I'm laughing because you hit it. You hit this topic so hard.
Because of my experiences.
I'm Asian, and they look at me crazy. And you're not. You're 75% white guy, and you look like a white guy, and you talk like a white guy, and you act like a white guy.
I wonder why that is. Why do you think that is?
I don't know why.
Do you think it's because that's the way you got to be if you want to survive in this?
Oh, I don't know.
World?
I don't know why. But
do you think that growing up do you think they taught me to talk this way on the south side of Chicago?
That. I don't know. I have no idea how they. I don't
You think
know,
that's how they talk
know
on the south side?
Who'd you roll with? I know some people in Chicago that talk
South
like that.
side.
Yeah, I know people from South side.
And you think everybody talks like this?
No, what I'm saying is I don't know who you hung out with. Maybe there was some people.
Gangbangers.
Yeah. Oh, you had all the. Let's see the pictures of you.
Insane popes, almighty popes. I wasn't a gangbanger. I never joined them.
Let me see you with all the gangbangers playing video games together. Let me see that.
Yeah, the insane popes broke into my house, stole my shit.
Oh, that happened too. Yeah.
Dude. So apparently you got a rich dad. Is that true?
No, my dad.
They paid for you to be like to work with these people. That's what people were saying.
Yeah, my dad was rich.
I gotta say, like, That's something that's a lot more easier to disprove, and I would find it very bold if Tim just said that and it was just a complete lie. So, like, I don't know if that's something you could just laugh off.
So rich.
Was he?
Is that R.A. the Rugged Man? Yeah, it is.
He was the brokest dude on the planet. Yeah.
Somebody made that claim.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
So I'm from the south side of Chicago, southwest specifically, near Cicero.
I don't know exactly why they're talking about all that personal like experiences though, and they're trying to have a systematic conversation.
And 47th.
I don't know, man.
And it was mostly the Popes were the gang down there. So you had insane Popes, you had the Almighty Popes. The Almighty Popes were chill. They smoked pot.
But who did you hang out with? Is what I was asking about.
Yeah, the gangbangers.
Oh, so
a lot of the kids. So most of these kids.
So were they at your crib and you were playing
Yes,
video games?
They
and
were
hanging?
having sex in my bed.
Yeah.
I was a little kid though. They were older than
No, I'm
me.
saying who'd you hang out with when you were on the come up? Where'd you learn how to talk? Like where'd you get your dialect from? Who'd you roll with? Who'd you try to be like?
TV.
Oh, and the rest was just gangbangers hanging out at your house? Like where did you hang out with nerds? Did you hang out with who'd you hang out with?
Kids in this park? What do you mean?
So not gangbangers, just regular
Yeah,
ass kids,
gangbangers.
right? Oh, you hung out with all the gangbangers. Let me see some photos of your childhood, of you hanging out with the gangbangers, the tough guys. Let me see them. I'm serious. I got pictures of my childhood.
So when I was 9, my mom opened a cafe on the north side of Chicago. Got a small business loan, used our house as collateral. We were a lower middle class family. My dad was a firefighter. So my dad would be gone for 2 days.
Dude, this is so bizarre, man. I did not open this video thinking Tim was gonna be like fronting that. I don't know if he's fronting or not. I have no clue what the hell is even going on anymore, man. Fronting about like hanging out with gangbangers as like a 9-year-old. I don't know, man. Dude, this is bizarre.
At a time because firefighters were 2 on, 1 off. While my dad was out, my mom didn't live with us anymore. The insane and almighty Popes basically took over our house. You want to meet my sister and she'll tell you all about it? She's here
Tell me
too.
the story. Tell me the story.
And so basically I'm 9, 10, 11 and they're drinking, they're smoking, they're in my room, they use all my stuff, they're having sex in my bed. That was life on the south side of Chicago.
So they stole your house? What do you mean? They
just-
kidnapped you or what do you
I
mean?
just came over and they were like, we got this house to hang out at. My sister was a little bit older, but she was, I
so
think,
your
only
sister
like
was
14.
friends with some of them and let them in.
I don't think it was my sister. I honestly don't
Who
know.
let these gangbangers in the house?
Bro, our parents weren't
Here's
home.
a question. There's a poll in chat. Who's following normal theory more? Okay? Is it Tim Pool or is it Ra? Okay? For those who don't know what normal theory is the theory that I have proposed a few months back that got me some trouble. That 95% of the trouble we have on the internet as political communities is that we don't know how to act like normal people. Like we have like random debates about the N-word. We have like random debates about incest, like all that weird stuff. That's the theory. Who's following normal theory more? You can also type it in chat.
So they just ransacked the house and came in? Or did somebody let them
Ransacked
in?
stuff. They actually
Just
cleaned
be
it up.
honest. Who let them in? That's
They
all.
let themselves in.
Oh, so they knew you guys were alone and they said, this is the house that
Yes.
we can do it all to, and you guys just sat
But hold
there
on, bro.
scared.
The almighty Popes were stoners and they were pretty cool. They cleaned.
So you let them in? They were
I mean,
your
I
friends.
didn't let anybody. I was a little kid. It was maybe my brother, my sister.
Yeah,
They knew us
so
from
they were
Vidum
friends
Park.
with one of your brothers or sisters. There.
My brother's a year and a half older than me. We're little kids. And
At first, when you started telling the story, I thought it sounded like what's the Humphrey Bogart Desperate Hours, where they come in the house and take over and start having
they
sex
actually
everywhere.
clean. I don't want to stress that point. The almighty Popes will clean our house. Because they knew if our parents came back, my dad came back from the firehouse and found it all fucked up,
Oh, okay.
shit would be fucked up.
Yeah,
But one day,
That sounds safe. That sounds like a good time, you know.
yeah,
Guys
they weren't all bad dudes.
cleaning your
just being
house.
gangbangers.
Oh.
They V'd in my friend Andy got V'd in my basement.
Who were your friends? That's what I'm just trying to find out. I'm just trying to find out about your childhood. I'm just who were your friends?
Same kids.
I thought they were your older brothers. You didn't know who let them in the house. Who
All right.
who was like your boy? Who like, yo, this is my best friend? Who were your best friends that you rocked with?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have no friends at all.
The friends from the skate park, bro.
Just tell me
From,
your
or
name.
from Vidum Park.
Oh,
We
some
didn't have a skate.
skater. Okay, so you hung out with the skaters. That took 10 minutes to get it out of you. You hung out with the skaters.
No.
Those were your people.
So some of them, eventually, by the time I was 16. So when I was 9, 10, and 11, one of our friends, Andy, he wasn't allowed in the house. My dad didn't let him in. He once shot me in the leg with a BB gun because he's a piece of shit. But, you know, we were friends. And he got V'd in my basement, meaning the Popes. You know what that means?
No,
Getting
Veed, I
V'd.
don't know what Veed means.
V is you get violated to join the gang. So they brought him in the basement and they
Say
beat him
rape
up.
somebody?
No. V'd means they beat him up.
Oh, who was this? Your brother now? Or?
Just a guy. One of my friends in the neighborhood. His name was Andy.
Oh, so they beat somebody up in your basement? Right?
They beat him up so he could. It's initiation. You want to join the gang, you get V'd. Another dude
I thought
was given a gun
something
and
else,
told to
yeah,
kill when he was 13. He was given a gun and told to go kill 2 people because 13-year-olds.
These are the gangbangers that Tim is talking about? Stop. You can't. Stop that. Stop.
Get out when they're 18. And so that dude he got out when he was 18. He came back, and that was the first time like we had ever actually met him because he went to prison. We went to juvie after he
I
killed 2
hung
people.
out with a lot of shooters too. I had a lot of murderers in the house, I had
So
shooters and murderers in my house, I'm not
So
sure.
The funny thing is, what I hear a lot of from the Occupy Wall Street people is that when I first got there, and I was just some dude showing up.
Hey, I hope nobody gets V'd on the panel later, Somebody gives a bad take. Everybody's on the C-word discourse. Everybody's going to go up there. Just beat them up.
Phone. They told me that I was the perfect symbol, that I was like this smart dude who
You're going to get gappy V'd. Stop.
was, held back, no high school diploma.
It's initiation, Dylan. They got to learn if they want to hang with CTV. True.
No opportunities. And then once I got featured in a magazine, they said exactly what you said. That I talk white, I sound white, I'm silver spoon, and I come from that world, and it's never been true. But I'll tell you what I did see. I understood what was going on around me. And I watched a lot of TV, I watched a lot of movies, and I learned how people spoke. Yeah. Fortunately, I think my parents were good parents. Not, we weren't well off or anything. We lost the house. We ended up, once we lost the house in bankruptcy, my parents ended up getting a divorce. Went to Kennedy High School, and I remember the first fight, the first month I was there, one guy got hit in the face, fell to the ground, and then pulled a 2x4 out from under a car. The other guy said, "I thought we said no weapons, bitch." We got all the kids hanging out, and then the guy goes up to another car and then pulls out a gun. Someone yells "strap," and everybody runs.
That sounds like high school stuff. We all
Yeah.
Fights in the parking lot. Somebody pulls out the gun. You all run. That's high school stuff,
So I think one thing I benefited greatly from was being in this area that was fairly mixed. A lot of different people of different backgrounds, and then I got to start experiencing things as I got older.
Wait, are you telling me that Tim Pool was considered not white in a mixed neighborhood, or was he considered not white in the suburb neighborhood? Because if he's in a mixed neighborhood, he's just considered. There's no way in hell. Like. Maybe in another world. I didn't even know Tim Pool was part Asian. I just thought he was a white guy. I'm still stuck up on that.
Going to white suburbs and learning about the differences between a kid who looks visibly different from other people, even if it's only minor, even if it's only some people. I did not have the same experience as the white suburban kids. I didn't get to live the life they lived. And then I had to deal with the pain that comes with being poor, the pain that comes with not having a community to retreat to or have anyone to be there to be like, we got your back. So I guess it's, what do I end up doing? Going my own way the whole way. Traveling around the country, leaving, and just trying to find something. But I don't have a community to go back to. And that's the point I was trying to make, that the one thing I don't have that every other racial group does have is a community. You just
He does got a mansion in the woods, though. I mean, that's pretty cool, I mean, he has a mansion in the woods. Let's be for real, right? I mean, that's pretty cool, I mean, if he wanted, you could buy his own community. I mean, I don't know.
just telling me I look white, but then when I try to go to these places, they're like, "You're not white."
Yeah, you made that point. Yep.
All right, man. I appreciate it, dude.
I don't know. I just don't. I understand. Everybody got their struggles, but yeah.
So this is what
I just I could do a whole list of every struggle humanly impossible, imaginable to you right now. I could give you the whole list of struggles from my life, but that's okay. I don't need to.
So here's the point I'm trying to make.
At worst,
I have actually dedicated part of my career, time and energy, towards talking about what's going on in these black communities, especially in Ferguson. What I don't like what's happening in this country is that we are now having schools and institutions decide.
So what we just had was 21 minutes, and they didn't talk about policy whatsoever, right? And now, At the 21-minute mark, we got a minute left in the video. Now they're talking about policy, Ferguson, stuff like that. After padding it out for 21 minutes with like personal anecdote about Tim's background. Now, to be fair, his background was questioned. So Tim Pool, I guess, like felt he had something to prove there, right? I don't know.
To implement race-based policies.
We talked about critical race theory the whole time. We're going to go back there. We're going to talk about it
I'm
again.
saying I'm saying my point right here.
Yeah, we disagree with it 100%. We know
Right.
that, you know.
So just
because originally you said my argument with that was you were celebrating the banning of it and DeSantis banning critical race theory, and I thought you being a free speech fighter for free speech, that was hypocritical. That was the argument. You said no.
We agree.
And you said I don't think they should ban critical race theory. That's where the conversation could have ended right there.
But what I'm saying right here, the reason I tell you the story about my background and my experiences,
Okay, here it is.
is because I don't want to live in a world where I have to tell my kids like lie on your race, lie about your race.
Life happens, man. I know, I feel you, but life happens.
I'd like to get to a point where we're like, you don't got to worry about writing down your race. You are who you are, and we're going to treat you like a human being.
Yeah, well, there's a long time before we could do that because America has screwed up everything. America screwed up everything and hurt a lot of people and murdered.
The problem is with that when we talk about this, even though again we're just talking about like grandiose type of like concepts of like post-racial society. Now we're not really talking policy or anything here. Whatever. He's interviewing like a rapper, right? I don't know how deep this guy's in the deep policy, or they're just having the conversation about the community. But when it comes to this idea of a post-racial society, you got to deal with racism before you can even talk about a post-racial society. Because if you try to create a post-racial society without dealing with the racism's still really going to be there. But even let's say you get rid of it somehow, right? The effects of racism are still going to be there. You're still going to have black communities, lower income than white communities overall. You're still going to have the generational wealth gap. You're going to have that general wealth gap. There's going to be a lot of issues that the black community is facing at much higher rates than the white community. You're going to still have the trickle-down effects of redlining and all this other stuff, right? And so if you just like pretend like race, like, you know, whatever, like I don't see race. Like I understand the mentality that comes with that. I don't think the mentality comes from like a bad place, but like you don't need to not see race or ignore race to the point where you're ignoring the impacts race has on society. And I feel like a lot of times that's what's happening.
A lot of people and jailed a lot of people. And it's not that easy to just go, we're all colorblind. There's no color or race. It's not that easy.
My goodness. What a crazy 22 minutes. My God, man. Tim Pool. Tim from the streets Pool. Tim gangbanging Pool. Okay. Who knows? I don't know anything about Tim Pool's private life. I mean, all of that could be true. I just find the idea that he's not treated white and like the white suburbs a little crazy, man, because like it is impossible for me to tell. It is impossible for me to tell, man. Let me look at the pictures of Tim Pool. Dude, no. I'm like I don't know, man. Maybe it's different in person. Maybe he's different in person. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. I have no clue. Who knows? Okay, somebody sent me this meme, okay? Look at it. I said hopefully I don't get in trouble for this.
What a
Nope. I don't know what that's gonna end with, so we're just gonna leave that there. What a meme. What a meme. Okay.